Pour la dernière présentation aujourd'hui, on va parler des enfants dans le monde d'Internet, Child Internet, avec HackShield, le futur des cyber-héros, ou les cyber-héros du futur, Future Cyber Heroes, avec Tim de HackShield. Tim, welcome.
Thank you
Are
so
you
much.
ready? It's okay?
Born ready. Yes.
Let's go.
Okay, let's rock. Okay, so it's amazing that you're all here to start with. Thank you so much. I'm gonna present in English, and I think that everybody already knows. Closer. Okay, so everybody can hear me. Hello, Lille. This is Eva. Eva is from Tralalere.
Bonjour, enchanté. Je travaille avec Tim. We're at Tralalere, and it's a pleasure to be able to be here with HackShield.
And you're gonna do a live translation? No.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay. So I will present HackShield, the product, the program, how it started, and what we're doing with it. And in the end, Eva will explain a little bit more about Tralalere and how Tralalere will bring this program to France, because that's what we're doing. So I was walking around these last days, and I saw this a lot: zero trust. And I know that this is important, okay? But I kept on thinking that it sounds so negative. And what we are doing is only positive. So what we tried to do, we created a cybersecurity game for children between 7 and 12. And we don't try to see them as potential victims or perpetrators, but we try to see them as the heroes that are gonna help us save the digital world. So this sentence, I think I have to patent it. It sounds cool. From zero trust to hero trust. So I thought that's a good title for this presentation. So what we are actually doing is we're trying to train children to become junior cyber heroes. And we ask them to transfer their knowledge to their parents, grandparents, teachers. And the storyline is always, you need to do this because they don't understand a thing of the internet. So we give the kids a feeling of responsibility and agency. The first reason that we started doing this was not to reach the grown-ups, but it was actually to improve the learning curve for the children themselves. Because it's a very simple rule. If you explain something to somebody else, you understand it yourself better. It's not only working for kids, it's working for everyone. So we are using a game environment. You can call it a simulation to train the kids. It's called the HackShield world. And the cool thing about the game is that you can make all the mistakes and learn from the mistakes that you don't want to make in real life. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to ask kids to do everything wrong in a safe environment. We confront them with the potential consequences without having to have the real life consequences. And then we say, okay, now you know what the chances are and what the vulnerabilities are. Spread the word. Go to your parents because they don't understand it at all. So this video will give you a better idea about the program. We work closely with the Dutch police and with the government because we asked them to ask the kids to help them to save the society, the digital world. We have more than 500,000 children that we now trained to become a junior cyber agent. The children create an avatar, and with that avatar they step into the HackShield world. And the HackShield world is actually based on chess. So we try to train them their adversarial thinking. So one of our developers, or designers I must say, once said to me, Tim, adversarial thinking is a very difficult word, but it's actually more simple. If you want to beat the bad guy, be the bad guy. Try to understand what the reason for somebody else is to do something bad, because then you can anticipate. So the children are trained in an online world, making mistakes, solving puzzles, asking knowledge questions, meeting a bunch of immersive characters that all embody a different theme of the cybersecurity world. But then we try to motivate them in real life to do something with it, to actually do something with it. So the whole game is built in Unity, and children can play it individually and in the class. So we have a complete program for in the classroom, 12 lessons now, but we are constantly adding new actual relevant themes. Our partners go to schools to give the guest lectures, but all the content is freely available for all children and all teachers. So as soon as a teacher thinks, oh, this is easy, I can also do this. To be honest, that's one of the biggest challenges, is to give them this idea that it's not difficult, that they can use our program for free. Yeah, I'm the biggest fan of this program, as you can understand. And the coolest thing, once a year we give a very big event. This was in Leusden. It's a city in the Netherlands, and we had, at this moment, we had 600 children in one theater, all completely enthusiastic about IT and security. So imagine how that is. I can tell you it's a lot of noise. But it's funny to see a complete room of children going totally mental about two-factor authentication. That's really interesting to see. Also for the cybersecurity industry itself. So this is what's happening in the Netherlands. Every week, in multiple municipalities, there are kids being rewarded at City Hall by the mayor, by the police, because they are playing an important part in helping the digital environment being safe. This is also the way we market the whole program. So we never spend €1 on advertising, nothing. It's all via organic reach, via public and private partners. There actually is an idea behind what we are doing, and we call it hero-centered design. It's like with a big wink to human-centered design. But the idea is also, again, very simple. You give somebody a role that the person normally doesn't have in life. Like a kid, within a couple of minutes in our world, is a cyber agent. So within 3 minutes, we say, wow, you are a really good cyber agent. They are actually not. But the nice thing in a fictional world is they are. Then we use gamification to train them to grow in the role we gave them. So slowly they are actually becoming a cyber agent. But the most important thing in the end is that we always try to keep them in that role in real life and actually become a real IT security hero of the future. It's fun to do. And to be honest, this works for grown-ups just as hard as it works for children. So everything you see now and you think, oh yeah, I can imagine that it works for children. You are all children. So it works for everybody. Everyone want to be acknowledged and want to be important. So to give you an idea about the conversion in our country, the Netherlands, we have, let's say, 1 million children in our country, between 7 and 12. Not very strict, but almost. So 1 out of 4 kids played HackShield at school or in a library or somewhere. 10% of that group actually wanted to become a junior cyber agent. And there's a group of 10,000 kids walking around in the Netherlands. They have like t-shirts and shields and hats. They are on the one conference interviewing professionals, how it is to be an IT and security specialist. They are interviewed on the radio. At one point I was standing with this small girl, her name was Rosie. She was a little bit, how you say, she cannot see very well. The whole audience was filled with mayors. And she asked, who of you has used as WhatsApp? And all the mayors are like, oh. And then she asked them, and who activated two-factor authentication? And this was a girl of like 9 years old. So it's really funny and very important. So in our country, more than half of all the municipalities actually joined our program. So in more than half of all the municipalities, there's a video with the police and the mayor that say, dear children in my municipality, I need you to become a cyber hero because you need to help us, because we don't understand it. It's a lot of fun. I'm very, how do you say this, proud of our Belgium colleagues in Antwerp. So if you want to see a great video, go to YouTube and write down HackShield Antwerp. You will see the promotional video that they make with the mayor and the police in Antwerp. It's amazing. You're gonna have a good day. So, as I said, we are not only on devices, in school or out school, but we also created an augmented reality game in libraries, where kids have to search for disinformation acts to fight against disinformation. So we just try every route we can find to reach the children. That's it. Okay, as I already explained, HackShield has two different elements: an individual part and a program for in the classroom. We started with the individual part because everybody said to us, "Don't go to the schools. Teachers don't have time for this program. They are very conservative. They are afraid of everything that has something to do with technology. Forget about it." But after 3 years, we found out that the teachers were actually making player accounts and playing our game on the DigiBoard to teach the children. So then we started creating this educational program, and it's now 12 lessons, and we are constantly adding new themes to be up to date. And I want you to show you one, because I think there are a lot of cybersecurity experts here in the room, and this is really, I think, one of the nicest. And I also invite you to go to joinhackshield.com in the class, pick this quest and play it yourself, and see how smart you are. I can tell you, the kids do this. So what the kids do, this is for in the classroom, and they together have to hack into to a satellite. It's called Starbink, and they can choose with the class if they want to be black hat hackers or white hat hackers. Like 90%, what do you think they choose? Of course. And we don't mind, because then we can show them what the consequences are when you actually do that. And it's a lot of fun. So there are two characters central in this specific quest. And one of them is helping them to follow the right path, and the other one is seducing them to follow the wrong path. But she's always also nice. All the characters in HackShield are a little like naughty ethical hackers, let's call it like this. This is my very amazing, completely obsessed rocket science colleague, Max, and he was one of the team members who created the quest. So just to give you an idea how it looks, here we go, yeah. So we used exactly the same environment as we used for the individual game. So it's a Unity-based game. So for a classroom, it's pretty innovative. A lot of teachers think they cannot use it. But the fun thing is, the teachers don't have to prepare. They can prepare. We have lesson letters with every quest, but our fictional characters, they give the guest lesson. So what the kids do is the kids read out loud the sentences, so they actually also learn to read. And the funny thing is that kids that are less able to read, they hear the voices of their peers and actually do understand the content much better when one of their class members is reading it out loud. So we love it. In the beginning, it was just a feature that we at some point wanted to improve, but now we keep it because the kids learn how to read. All the difficult words, for you this is very difficult because it's in Dutch, but if you want to play it, it's already in English, so you can play the English version. All the difficult words, like provider, are clickable. Not for the kids, but for the teacher. If the kids ask, what is a provider? Then we found out that the teachers are like, I don't know. Something with, I don't know. So we made it clickable and the definition is on the screen. They have to solve pretty difficult puzzles. So this is my question to you. Go to the website and play it. It's more fun when you play it with a kid. And then you will find out if you are really talented in your job or you're just lucky to end up at that place. And the funny thing is, in the end of the quest, the kids receive a code, depending on if they chose the right way or the wrong way. They can fill in the code in their individual account, and then they have a white hat or a black hat, so they can walk around to the HackShield world being a white hat hacker or a black hat hacker. Of course, we try to make it as fun as possible. Primary for ourselves, and hopefully secondary also for all the kids. Yeah, so this quest especially is, I think, very interesting because we actually give the teacher information to recognize talent in the classroom. Like the kids that are extra good in solving the puzzles, they get a golden ticket, like a Willy Wonka kind of golden ticket. They take it home and there's extra information for the parents where we say, listen, your kid is potentially a very big talent. Go to this website and find out how you can guide this person to the good side of the force and find a job in IT and security. Before I go to this part, how am I doing on time, Eva? Still on time?
You're good.
Good.
You're
Okay, good. Okay, so again, all the materials are freely available. We don't sell data, and there's no advertising in the game. Nothing. 45% of our players are girls, which actually pretty cool. So we really did our best to reach the girls. And my co-founder, which is a very cool girl, always then says the sentence, yeah, Tim, 45% of the players are girls, but the top 1,000 is 65% are girls. So yeah, and then I always say, yeah, okay, and I go away. So as I already explained, we have public and private partnerships. So we're really trying to find the middle way between the commercial world and the non-profit world. I think, to be honest, it's very important. And also Eva from Tralalere can express a little bit more because they are a social enterprise in France. So we really try to create a sustainable solution. Because if you look around in all the European countries, every country has like 100 attempts to create awareness products for this target audience, and it's never ever sustainable. And the schools hate it. Every time they get a new request, can you do this? It's important. And next year it's gone. It's not updated, the website doesn't work, whatever. So this is what we're actually really fighting for. If you have a chance to play a part in this adventure, do it. It's going to be one of the nicest things. I see a municipality of The Hague in the room. Can you acknowledge this? It's a lot of fun, is it? Great, thanks. Whew, that was a risk. So let's skip this. This is just a video to give you an idea how our partners are using our materials to give guest lectures. But I think you already have quite an idea how that look like. So I want to end my story here. This is Malika. Malika is 11 years old, and for me, she embodies everything that we wanted to create with this program. This was an interview with her in a Dutch newspaper, where she really told the story that we are fighting for. In short, she was being bullied in school. She found out that you could play HackShield. Within no time, she thought she was the best cyber agent of the Netherlands and Belgium. Nobody knows why she thinks that, but I'm very happy that she thought so. And a year later, she was the youth mayor of her municipality. And her motto now is, together we fight for a cyber-safe and bully-free world. So she's actually now giving guest lessons to younger kids to spread the news. So this is really making our day, and we have loads of examples. So again, if you are now enthusiastic, I have some very good news, because Eva and Tralalere are going to bring HackShield to France. So Eva, hit it.
Yes, can you turn to the next slide?
Yeah.
So super excited to share the stage with Tim today, and also to announce our partnership with HackShield here in France. Very briefly, Tralalere, we're a social enterprise, but we're also the coordinator of Internet Sans Compte, which is Internet Without Fear, and it's funded by the European Commission, and we work together on the European scale with other safer internet centers with our main mission of keeping kids safe online. And it's amazing to be able to, last week I was in Amsterdam with our INCYBER network colleagues. Tim was there, and it was great to just see the momentum in terms of this discussion in terms of how can we keep kids safe online, tackling issues related to cyberbullying and also cybersecurity. And it's amazing to work together in closing that gap by offering a cybersecurity resource that's both interactive and educational. And so our role at Internet Sans Compte is that we work very closely with the Ministry of Education. We've reached 1 million students, parents, and families in 1 year, and we're also the coordinator of the Safer Internet Day. And the way that we envision working together with HackShield and also with our public sector colleagues is that we want to mobilize the school systems, the municipalities, cyber campus, the gendarmerie, to be able to really replicate the success that we've seen in the Netherlands here in France to offer a product that's both scalable, sustainable, and also something that can be used in the classrooms and also at home together with French children, French families. And so our goal right now is that we're working together to localize HackShield, so it can be used here in France and also in the educational system. And our goal, and our ambitious goal, is that it will be available in June. So the French version of HackShield, you can expect it here in June.
Great. Yeah, and yay.
Yeah.
And so if you have children in the age group 7 to 12, or a partner that doesn't know a thing about cybersecurity, it's a tip. You can already play it in English or Dutch, but within a couple of months, everything will also be localized to French. So you can play the individual game, but you can also go to the school of your kid and say, hey, listen, you should do this at school, and it's also going to be freely available for them. So I think this was it. It's now 41. So
Yeah.
I think we have still some time for questions, if there are questions.
Yeah, we would love to maybe hear from you in terms of if you have any questions related to HackShield, or maybe questions about HackShield in France, or maybe if you're not from France or the Netherlands, questions in terms of how HackShield can be used in other countries as well.
Somebody, questions? Yeah.
Hi. Some of us are companies here, so what do you expect from us when you say the ecosystem is funded by you? What does it take to be part of the program? Are you saying there is an open fund, or do you need people to develop? I'm not too sure what you expect.
Very good question, and great that you're here. No, so the thing is, in the beginning, we realized very fast that we needed to be freely available for kids and for schools, because as soon as we would implement the paywall, we would even enlarge the digital knowledge gap, because some kids are taken care of and some kids not. It's even so we had a difficult situation, because of course it's much easier to have a model where you can sell your product to the end user. So what we found out is that a lot of private organizations, IT companies, security companies, but also banks and insurance organizations, they are very mission driven, and they wanted to help. So they help in 3 ways. One, financially, they support us financially. Second thing is that we use their expertise to create the content. The educational system, of course, sometimes in the publishing world, they really have to try to find the right persons for the concrete expertise. But if we wanted to make a quest about money muling, we reached out to a bank and we have suddenly 100 experts, first-line risk, cybersecurity experts. So it's very great, that's the second thing. And the third thing is that a lot of organizations are giving guest lessons in schools. So that's from out of a CSR program. So those are the 3 things that we really need the help of the private sector. Yeah. Is this answering your question? Okay. Yeah?
Okay.
Great to hear you today. Just a question regarding the French market. So I understand that the version will be ready in French in June. Does that mean that the schools will have the program from September, or how is it going to work?
So our goal is that the localization would take place in June. So then on the website, it'll be available potentially on the App Store, but I guess on the App Store. But the work that we'll be continuing to do is work more closely with the Ministry of Education, creating that partnership so then we can then have it in schools. We would love to have it in September, but the goal for now is to be able to have it freely at home use. And then we're going to be working on the HackShield in-class model together with the Ministry of Education. Does anyone else have any questions?
So I wish you all a good trip home. Hope you had an inspiring couple of days. And I hope that you remember us and help us in any way possible. Okay?
Merci, vraiment. Thank you very much.